So I'm just going to start the recording. We're just doing a quick catch up, and the guys are discussing going back to either get Zambria to come along with them to explore this strange place that they talked about, which was in the Bayou, something Bayou, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the place was. High Bayou was the place, which was the site where Zambria's team was killed, and she was the only survivor. And yeah, so sorry guys to interrupt, but carry on.
Now, where were we? No.
I don't know. I think that Dimitri brings up a good point in that having an unstable person would be detrimental, but having a way to communicate with her should be our primary, it should be taken care of.
Just not talking to her in person might be hard to get a good answer out of her, or be able to see her state of mind while she's answering.
Conversely,
Yeah.
getting a good answer out of her might also be hard if she's having a major freak out because she's
Back in this
taken her
place.
to a place that's had some pretty serious stuff go down for
Yeah.
her.
I have a solution for that.
Put a
Knock her out.
blindfold on her.
Whoa. I was just going to say knock her unconscious. No blindfolds.
Yeah.
Right.
Fine.
So basically, our solution is to physically assault a person suffering PTSD.
No, not physically assault. Just render unconscious. as
By
gently
use of
as
physical
possible.
force.
Well, actually,
I'm part medic. That's fine. I know what I'm doing.
All right,
in
I
a
know the
totally
correct-
non-weird.
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you in a totally not weird.
Oh,
Just-
I was gonna say. Oh, you know what?
Fucking
no,
go,
ahead.
Thok!
Go ahead, man. In a totally not weird way, is there chloroform?
Oh my god.
Just to
So
bring
moving
her
along.
with us, thank you.
Yeah, that didn't
No,
make
no,
it
no.
any
So you
better.
We want chloroform to bring her with us, not to deal with her if she's having a fit, but to
Well-
take her with us.
Yeah, but as long as she's having a fit while we're there, it's fine. We can help her
Actually,
out.
surely, as a member of the military, PTSD was a common thing. What did we do with soldiers that lost their shit?
Roll me a history with a +5.
History? Are you
Probably
sure?
shoot them for desertion if World War One
Oh,
was
fuck.
any
Well,
indication.
I mean, you're not even in server, Jeff. So roll me whatever the fuck you want.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Plus, I don't know what your shit is. You've got.
My history is 0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is there a different skill you'd rather use? Religion?
Yes. I'd like to use no, that's a 0 too. Persuasion.
You know.
No. Acrobatics?
You dance around the idea of what you used to do.
Dungeoneering. Actually, can I roll a heal?
Or an insight, actually. Insight will be fine.
Not heal? Oh, insight's the same. A fucking 6 again.
Oh, at least you're consistent.
Can I assist?
You win in the
I mean, it's a
military,
14 now, plus
well, it's a
19.
19, so you got a +5 on that. So, yeah, you would have some idea of what they used to do, but it would be more along the lines of some sort of asylum or community
Oh,
where sufferers would basically go to suffer the last of their days out, giving the impression of caring, but actually basically imprisoning them away from society.
so
Not a very high understanding of mental illness in Ryza.
So if we take an asylum with us,
You could put her in it if she misbehaves. Oh my goodness.
A kind of
So
lore
we're
question.
gonna now just lock her in solitary confinement in a little box. Well,
Yeah.
Well, oh god, we are the best police.
Then,
Yes.
a lore question. Are the Skyseers like hippies?
oh,
Like to a point, they're not like complete
Yeah.
hippies, but They are
thinking-
more stereotypically seen as that. So they're not actually, but that's sort of the look people have for them. Those crazies
Right.
who still like the skies.
Surely
That's
they
still
might,
like the
you know,
sky.
burn some herbs before looking up in the sky at night for the stars.
Hey man, whatever floats your boat.
Some of those herbs, maybe something like, marijuana might, chill someone.
calm nerves.
Yeah, calm nerves.
Could do. That could be something you guys could try.
I can go talk to my Skyseer buddies. Maybe they can hook us up with some good stuff.
All right, so that's what you're gonna do before you guys set off. And
That's good on my nights.
is that gonna be you guys then trying to get Zambria to come along?
Sure.
Sounds like what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Dimitri's against it, but say well, might
Chuck a vote in.
go for a vote. I'd say.
Okay.
It could make her worse, but it could make her better.
Hey, facing her fears, you know?
And people voting on both.
Yeah.
It should be opposite. It should be a
Like,
tick for one and a cross
You
for
put
the
it
other.
in, and just as I click, the other one appeared. I'm like, no.
So, taking crosses as votes you want to leave. So you majority rules you want to bring. The other one's just the extra version, so don't worry about that. So
Take a cardboard box to put her in.
yeah, looks like Dimitri is overruled, I guess. All right, so Orzov, you're going to head off and talk to your friends about maybe getting some sort of herb that can help calm her nerves. And in this time, basically this will be your getting ready to leave stuff. Dimitri, what are you doing?
I don't know. We've sort of got most of our loose ends tied up for now, don't we?
Seems like it.
I think I guess I'd probably be just getting a list of all the sort of supplies we need, and just with typical Dimitri, precision and organization, be sort of going over all that stuff.
Sweet. Roll me a dungeoneering. Nice. So you're gonna sort out pretty much everything they need for the whole group. In fact, you get itineraries and checklists, and you start making 5 identical sacks with all of the needs that everyone will possibly have on this journey. Trabro, what are you doing?
Has the military professor, sent a reply back to my message?
You check your mailbox.
Yep.
Because he won't do sending back to you. But you check your little PO box, your little police PO box.
My pigeonhole, yep.
PO box, police officer box. Yeah. And yeah. So what is it you send him again? You asked him about the. Oh no, you send him the bodies in as well.
Well, no, that was a different professor. I sent him some bodies.
Ah shit. So what was this one? You asking
Why they're like taking
why those
someone?
the men in black
That's
came
right.
down and
Yeah, and took a person important to our investigation.
Okay, so he replies, and he basically sends a letter that says something along the lines of, "And a pleasant day to you, Trabro. Unfortunately, I cannot meet you for ice cream. This is
Damn
not
it!
something I would be able to do, as my schedule is much too busy at the moment. Yours, your dearest friend and longest friend," and then he puts his name, which I've forgotten, but I'll find it. But
I
basically,
guess you guys.
a rejection letter for something you never asked him. And
I'll take
also
that
you're not
as,
like the longest friend at all, like you guys just know each other.
I'm going to take that as people are checking the mail as it goes out, and I can't say.
Yeah, you don't need to roll an insight check. You know that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
He can't talk about it. But actually, do roll me an insight check.
Don't need to, but you can.
Yes.
So
Well, I mean, you don't need to
will.
roll the check to figure that out. Okay, you feel like there may be something more to this letter as well. There's some typos through it, some like glaring grammar mistakes. things that you would
Which is
never have
very
expected.
unusual.
Yeah, very unusual for this man. But you can't quite put your finger on if it's a code or if it's a hidden message. But with some time spent with it, you might be able to decipher it further, or perhaps someone who's good at cryptography. Is it?
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe someone who's good at cryptography might be able to help you.
Gotcha.
Okay, Rilo, what are you doing? Oh shit! Actually, sorry, Charbro, you do find in your PO box a book.
Ooh.
It is a like a first print. So the first thing that comes from a printer is like a test. Yeah, like a first.
Oh, it's a print test.
Yeah, like a print test book, and it's from the guy that originally contacted you earlier.
Oh, regarding monsters?
Yes. And this book he gives you with a note that says, "We've discovered some interesting things. Here you go. Enjoy this."
Here, have a book.
Here's a book. This is a first draft of your book. And he gives you a book. Fuck, where's it gone? I had it fucking bookmarked and I lost my paper. Okay, Ryla, what are you doing? I'm gonna find this.
Yeah.
I guess try and gather as much information I can on Appet. That's what it's called, right? Where those monsters came from.
So you're gonna do some research? Perhaps talk with the professor again?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
Alright. Roll me a history check or diplomacy check, either or.
Okay. Let's see here. I think my diplomacy is a lot higher than history. Yep.
Alright. So I'm gonna have a little info dump to send to you in a moment. Because you have come up with a few things, but just a second.
Yeah, sure thing.
All of the info dumps today.
Yeah, just a bit.
Nothing like a good dump.
This is
Thanks,
true, I
Jordan.
won before.
So, Charbro, the book is called Methods of Extricating Warriors from a Variety of Tentacled and Tendrilled Monsters, a Field Study.
Mm.
And it gives you a martial scientist technique, or martial scientist, technique basically, called the Tentacle Technique. Which, when one ally in the
I like
burst
where this
is
is
grabbed, when one ally in the burst is grabbed, you can... Oh, sorry. You have a close burst 5 attack, and it affects one ally in the burst who is grabbed, and that ally gets to make a basic attack against the creature grabbing it, and then make a check to escape. So you basically give someone an attack and an escape check with a single action, and yeah, that's a new technique for you.
Is this in the Zeitgeist module, or do I just have to make it?
I believe it is. So I'm just trying to find it.
I don't feel safe anymore.
Me neither.
Why? I can get you guys out of tentacles.
No, you're using tentacles to get us out of a grab.
You'll have to make it, but I'll
Okay.
you only have one prepared per day anyway, so if you want to prepare that one, I'll make it up for you.
Oh, is it a daily?
No, it's martial scientists you can use per encounter, but you can only have one of them active per long rest.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I'll actually prepare that one because it's very hard for me to miss.
Sweet. Okay. So, you sit down and study the new technique. Ryla, with this professor, you sit down and you start discussing ways to perhaps combat or defenses against the creatures that you came across when this portal to a pet, so-called, opened. And you do find out that snippets of information across various books and various sources lead you and the professor to come to the same conclusion. These creatures could be controlled by someone with enough willpower, basically. Not magical ability. You can almost will these creatures into changing their behaviors. It doesn't go into details
Really?
how, but it seems to be like completely unrelated. Sources mention occasions where a creature was attacking someone and the person had enough strength of will that the creature just seemed to stop. No other outside force made it stop, but these heightened moments caused the creature to change their behavior. And that's the main bit of information you get.
All right, so I know it can be done. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So back to Orzhov, and Orzhov, you get like 2 ounces of the finest weed.
Okay, can I get some not funnest weed for the lady?
Yeah, you can get some shitty weed if you like.
Gonna keep this maybe for myself. Or no? Gotta look at some stars on this trip, boys.
What's the legal status of this herb in Flint?
It's not criminalized.
Yay.
This is very much just a herb in this place. It's not any major drug. No.
Yeah, you narc.
Well, I wouldn't want to trust sharing it with Dimitri just in case it was.
Riser is actually
Hey, it
quite
might make him
progressive.
line up.
True.
So, you guys head to Zambria, yeah, to try and get her to come with.
Yep.
You knock on her door, doof doof doof, and you hear it open on the inside, latches and locks pulled across. Opens. Hello? Hello?
Hey, hi, hello.
Hello. Ah, of course, yes, you'll be here for the maps. Fantastic. And this picture of calmness and togetherness, completely unlike the previous time you met Zambria, is quite off-putting. But she gestures for you to come in and says, so I've been thinking about your trip to the High Bayou, so I've put together some maps, various things we encountered, various landmarks, so you know you're heading in the right direction. And she pulls out a small bundle of scrolls and starts pulling them out. And you can see quite a detailed and intricate map with a highly detailed set of directions all through it. Various notes, and if you see the rock that looks like a man's testicle, you've come the wrong way, blah blah blah. Like just full detailed notes. And she goes, so I'm glad to have been of service. Here you go. Safe travels. And she sits down.
Listen, thank you very much for these maps. Very, very helpful.
That's quite all right, Riley.
We have a request.
Anything.
Uh,
Are these maps not detailed enough?
Oh no. The maps are fantastic. Thank you. It's just we don't have much experience in this area, and we were hoping to bring along someone who does.
She gathers pretty quickly what you're getting at.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I simply must refuse. We did not have experience either, and the trip itself was quite safe. Beyond our campsite, I would offer no benefit to your group. I would simply be a liability, and who's to say I don't... And she sort of looks around like, snap again?
Wait, she didn't seem that she was aware of this last time we talked to her.
No, she did not. And she was certainly not this together when you talked to her.
She might have been in an episode then. I guess I'll lean in and whisper, I got something that might help with that.
She leans over and says, why are you whispering? Is it illegal?
No, but it's good stuff. I don't want them to hear.
She asked, what is it?
Some special skyseer herbs.
Oh,
Actually, harvest skyseer.
please no. I feel I don't want to try anything that might exacerbate my condition.
Not right now, but when you're in a condition.
Just, there's a lot to gamble on.
That's right.
Oh, it could very make it worse.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I hear story. Young children smoke herb, think they fly, go to tall building, jump off. No.
Says that does sound like something the posters do suggest might happen, but when I lose myself, I feel like anything that stops control of my own body will allow much worse things to happen.
They were archaeologists, right?
Yes.
But she said they didn't really know much about it when they went there.
They didn't know like this place anymore than like someone else.
Oh,
telling
yeah,
them
yeah.
for the first time. And she never went into the site once they found the seal. They told Caius, and he sent his specialists. And then she went back to town to get some supplies. Came back, and everyone was dead, basically.
Oh, okay.
Did they know? Were they able to like identify? Like they know? Like I can't remember. Did they know like the culture like that the ruins originate from, and all like the history of the people? That you know.
Not 100%. They know it's related to Apet, or they believe it's related to Apet. But the idea was to get inside the seal and find out about this culture, because it was all the gold working, which was well beyond anything else at the time that these things were dated to. Basically, it was whether it was some outside force or something, a civilization that was lost to time and everyone reverted back like another dark age. They don't know. That was what they hoped to find out. But the party, or the dig, was met with travesty with tragedy.
Travis Stagedy.
Travesty. Travis Devagity.
Ew.
Well, listen, I mean, I understand what happened there was terrifying and horrible for you, but as an archaeologist, surely you have some curiosity about what lies inside. Don't you want to know why this happened?
I want to know, but tell me, have you ever been trapped in your own mind, watching your own body and voice do and say things that you just have no control over?
Typical Friday night for Isla.
All of my will, all of my being, and I could not stop myself doing things. That is not something I wish to revisit any more than I have to.
What do you mean? What happened?
Just, well, when it happens, she's talking about her episode, I'm still me, but I can't control me.
Who do you think is controlling you then?
I don't know that it's a person or a thing. I mean, you saw it. You saw me. It didn't seem like someone was taking control and doing something. It was just chaos, like every urge that might come to someone that you learn to suppress, that you learn to control all through childhood. Everything just happens. There's nothing stopping any of it. There's no one in control.
Well, maybe with us we can help you. Wouldn't it be better than to suffer again and being alone?
Dimitri's gonna just mutter, "Don't push her too hard."
To be honest, that sounds familiar.
She says, I don't mean to insult you, but I don't believe you have any greater knowledge of this than the doctors and psychiatrists and psychologists that I've seen.
Dimitri will just at this point go, I think he has some. I think that he might share. I think he might share more knowledge of your condition than you might assume. He's had his episodes from time to time as well.
Wait, I have?
No.
No,
Trevor.
Trevor.
Oh.
Says, but does it shed light on how to treat such a thing? Or is it just shared misery? Because that doesn't sound appealing to me.
It is your decision, and you are certainly free to make it. My companions would definitely enjoy your company on the trip, and it would be beneficial, but you need to look after yourself first and foremost. So
She nods. She says, I will do my best to keep in contact. And she offers you 2 scrolls of sending.
Can I say? I'm gonna, I guess, rudely interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing in Flint so far has made you any better. This could be our opportunity. It may not work, but if you're not getting better, is it not worth the try?
Roll me a diplomacy. Actually, she doesn't give you 2 scrolls of sending, by the way. She gives you something else. I read it wrong.
She gives us a canary.
What a hoot.
Wait, what? That's not a canary.
She gives you 2 sets, so 4 stones in total of sending stones. Which
Now we
are
can talk to each other.
yeah, basically a couple of sentences between each other, and they're exhausted. So it's enough to contact each other on 2 separate occasions. And she says, I do not feel I would be up to the journey again. I barely escaped with my life, and I did not escape with my sanity. I fear not losing more. But I will hold on to... Well, actually, she holds on to 2, I guess. So you've got the other half of the 2, if you want to keep in contact with her.
Oh,
She says, yeah, Orzov uses one of them. Can you hear me? It comes through the stone. Yes.
Yes.
And then the stones perish. No. So these are basically one use short conversation stones. And you have 2 of them. And she'll keep the other half of each pair. And if there's anything that you feel I can help with, or you run into something that you feel might explain what happened, I will be on the other end. And she puts the 2 stones in her shirt pocket.
In
Thank
this
you.
book on how to fight tentacle things, is there anything on the psychological effects?
No, this is purely like fighting mastery stuff. They're
Okay.
not intricate studies of the psychological effects or any sort of long-term study. They're just how to physically fight them.
Well, thank you very much for the maps, the stones, and all of your help.
She nods.
Just make sure and take care of yourself. Thank you.
And if we find anything that will help your condition, we'll make sure to bring it back for you.
Is there anywhere else in town we need to hit? Or are we heading off?
Sorry, I just had to go AFK because someone couldn't shut a fridge.
In that case, I'm going for a pee.
Oh, I'm back now. But yeah, go for it. Nom nom nom. Yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Or 4 minutes.
Okie dokie.
So can we kidnap it? No.
Quick, tie her up and put her in the sack.
Well, I just scored myself some special herbs then. Time to do some sky-seeing on this trip.
Hey man, all you need is some spices and some chicken. You can make some good kernel.
Jeff has lots of chicken.
Yeah. Secret blend of herbs and spices.
Don't know if I trust that chicken, even if it's in the game.
I think you should be careful with that stuff.
Oh, it's
Sure. It starts with one smoke, and then this time next week they'll be injecting it into your eyeballs.
I never did that while I was in Sky at school. Gotta find a good vein for it, not an eyeball.
Yummy, Jeff. Yummy.
What have I done?
I just heard you huck on the loogie.
Sounded like a solid one.
It really wasn't.
Gross.
Isn't that better for it not to be solid? I mean, I don't know, but I don't want to hack up something solid for my throat.
This is fair call.
All I can say.
Oh, is this a new day? Did we have a long rest last night? Because we're all pretty fucking beat up.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
You're gonna start on this trip exhausted.
Here you go.
If you're sick of working, haven't had a night's sleep working for weeks.
And also, how many weeks leave did we get?
All of them, because she doesn't want us around.
As long as we still get paid.
I mean, what do we ever do to hurt her?
She doesn't like us getting too famous, I guess.
We're not famous.
I mean, we've been at the center of basically every high profile everything.
This is true.
So what you're saying is we caused all this because we want to be famous. Common factor.
We are the
It's
lowest
true.
common denominator.
It's kind of like those firemen here that start fires to make themselves famous and get attention.
We did not start that fire.
Kinda did.
We just failed to prevent it.
But we catch up who started it, so, just as good. They were totally planning another fire that was even larger, and we stopped them by catching them at this fire.
We only burned down half the city.
We burnt this city. We burnt this city with fire.
Should have done. Come, we burnt the city with witch oil.
Oh, good point. Man, I still feel bad for those like thousands and thousands of people that died horribly.
Why?
I can't believe we didn't realize that there were actually people locked inside rather than locked out from going to work. Because in my mind, that really happened in this world. You know, they lock people out, not lock people in. So it just didn't occur to me that it could be the opposite.
Same here. That's why I was like, oh, let's just not cross a picket line. We don't care. It's like, because I was like, that's normally what you do is you don't fuck with people, protesting. But yeah, if I'd known that actually locked the people inside, things might have been a bit different.
What did I miss?
Oh, we were
Well,
discussing
reminiscing.
our regrets about not saving all the people in the factories.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, Dimitri, legally they could lock those people in there. So I mean, it's not like they were breaking the law.
They were just shitty
Are they?
people.
I mean, no, there's no protection laws there.
In Dimitri's mind, there is.
Riser is like
Oh, okay.
post-industrial London, dude. Like, fuck the working class.
Pretty much, yep.
Okay, so we're back anyway. So what are you guys doing? Getting ready to go? Taking her maps, taking her things, taking the stones. And are you happy to set off? Also, who is holding the stones?
Not it.
Dimitri seems responsible.
And take
Yeah,
one each,
Yeah, I
Dimitri?
guess I'll take them.
Do we want to split them up so they're not together?
Well, we shouldn't be splitting up.
No,
So-
I mean the stones just in case, something happens.
Oh yeah.
We can use them to communicate to ourselves in emergencies if something does happen.
That's
I
true.
think we could probably just keep them together, and if like we are sort of moving in different directions or something, we could then split them up.
All right.
That seems good.
Okay, so you guys ready to set off from Flint?
Yeah, let's go. Vacay. Road trip.
Okay, so you guys head to the train station, and you take a train, which takes you most of the way to the dig site. It costs 50 gold per person for the train ride, which takes you to the city of Bowl, which is the closest stop on the train to the dig site, according to the map. So 50 gold PP per person, and when you arrive in the city of Bowl, it's about a day's travel to the dig site. It's about a one-day trek through the hills, and you pass by another small town, according to the map, called A Gate. And yes, thank you. And then once you've reached the small town of A Gate, it's about another half a day's trek to the high value to the final dig site. So 2 days of travel goes by, and you find yourself in the small town of A Gate. It's quite, maybe 30, 40 buildings make up the whole town. And there's only a couple of dozen people milling around doing various things, carrying bits of things. It's sort of like a farming town. It appears to be like goats and fowl rather than big cattle. This sort of hilly landscape, not greatly suited for it. And you wanted to do anything in this town? You just want to head straight through? Be quick if you push on, but it's up to you if you want to ask around about anything here. It's pretty close to where the expedition was.
Might be worth asking around, seeing what the locals know about it.
Sweet.
Did
Go ahead.
What's her name? Though I forgot. Crazy lady.
Zambria?
Zambria.
Zambria. Did she mention that the expedition stopped here for some time, or
There's a
did they
note
just
on the
pass
maps
through?
saying that this town provided a good place to regularly stock up on food, and this was actually the town that she went to when she went to get supplies. When she came back to the site and found everyone dead.
Yeah, how many days, or how far away is it from the dig site again?
About half a day's trek through some hill country.
Okay, so it's not as so it's actually not that far away. That's good to know.
Yeah, no, it's not too far at all.
Well, yeah, I guess I might just, I don't know, yeah, maybe just start asking around the locals.
Roll me some
about,
streetwise
what they
checks.
remember.
Okay, so Dimitri, you start asking around, and after a short while, most of the people you talk to tend to corroborate Zambria's story. It was the talk of the town that a bunch of city folks got themselves killed in the High Bayou, and that the only survivor was a young woman. But this is, almost a month ago. It's starting to become old news in the town. People are back to their normal doldrum day. Is anyone else going to be talking to other people as well, or are you guys just going to settle down after your day's travel? A couple of days travel?
I guess I'll ask around too.
Okay, roll a streetwise.
Well, I want to try to find more, I guess, more not necessarily obviously seedy place, but more of a place that's not what it looks like.
So a CD plate.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
not
roll me a
openly seedy.
streetwise as well for that.
Is there a local constabulary?
There is not. So Orzov, this is a very small town. There's barely even a regular place. There's like a street side bar with a couple of stools and 2 wooden logs that serve as benches. There's a couple of people drinking and having a little bought meal. There is almost nothing else here. Ryla, you're talking to people as well as Orzov, sort of off, looking for places that might contain more secrets or people that might know more information. But you stumble across a couple of kids who, for a gold piece, offer you an interesting bit of information. Most of the stuff you get is pretty much the same as what Dave gets. Talk of the town a month ago, people did some stuff. But less than 2 weeks ago, another group of outsiders came through in the night. These kids were out playing, and her parents didn't know. But these lot came through in the night. They were packed to the teeth with weapons, big nets. I saw one with a bear trap the size of, well, almost the entire size of him. And they went through the town, heading towards the High Bayou. They came back maybe 2 nights later with something in the back of a wagon. It was covered with a big black cloth. And they left town with it. Maybe the size of a dinner tabletop.
Wait, what?
Like a dinner
size of
tabletop
a
that seats how many people?
Oh no, no, I mean like the size of a dinner table. That's so round then.
The shape was hard to tell, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, tabletop's a dumb example. Stupid book. It's about look like a large animal, almost, but hard to tell
Sort of
exactly
like
what
a
it
horse
is.
with no knees.
And it looked way heavier than any beast or wood. Yeah, like a horse with no knees.
Can I do like I guess, are they telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to run the insight. This is the information you get from them, and it seems good.
Okay.
I was so wondering, how does all the timeline match up? So we had like the big accident about a month ago. How long ago was our sort of our previous adventure in Riser with all the witch oil stuff? How many weeks ago was that?
Oh, hang on, phone call.
Convenient.
Right, Jay.
Conspiracy.
Sorry for the disruption. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
No worries.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Okay, what were you asking? Sorry, Dave.
I was just asking, so this, like say the accident or the event happened about a month ago. How many weeks ago was like all like our previous adventure, all the stuff with the witch oil and the governor and all that? Just wondering how the timelines match up.
That was about probably 2 months ago. That
Okay.
the sort of witch oil explosion at the top of the hill.
Okay, so this expedition was like after all that happened.
Yeah, I mean the expedition itself would have been probably setting off around that time, because there's a lot slower travel. They're going to a lot of different places. You guys know where the site is, so you're going straight there. They went to a few different locations, so it was sort of they were out and about as that was happening.
Okay, good to know.
Gotcha.
Okay. You also get a bit of information, Ryla, that to travel through the High Bayou, you'll probably want some pole boats. It is mostly swamp, mostly water out there. As the town people would describe it, it's a land without. What's the word? It's a unique.
Land?
Shut up! It's a landscape unique to this part of the world. There's
So it's
nowhere
like a
else
marsh.
quite like it. Yes and no. They don't really go into much detail. They like the surface is marsh and swamp, but a lot of the people are quite apprehensive when they're discussing it, and they seem to like a few little off remarks, like, yeah, no, there's nothing quite like that. Those those things, and then another one with them will like shove them like, no, shh, like people think we're crazy. Just a small town talking about crazy things in the reeds.
Gators.
They could just be uneducated. Certainly a possibility.
Saw a gator about 10 feet long. That some bitch damn near took my leg clean off.
So, you guys done with the town of a gate?
Was there mention of any of on her maps and of the maps of the reeds? Is there mentions of anything hidden in the reefs
No.
in terms of creatures?
Not at all. They didn't come across anything that would
Okay, these
cause
people
you
must be
pause,
crazy.
probably.
All right. I got nothing else to ask. Anybody?
Did you ask what the figures look like of the children?
The thing under
No.
the cloak, or whatever it was, or the people.
Yeah, the people.
They're just people. They're, no distinguishing features. They wouldn't recognize any identifying marks. They're kids, really.
So wait, you said it was like an animal, the size of an animal in the sack?
Yeah, it looked like, something big enough to be like a large beast or, a dinner table size thing. Not a dinner table shape, it's a dumb fucking thing. I know what it is, but it's a dumb fucking example to give.
Okay.
Just a large thing under a cloak on the back of a wagon.
All right.
So, you guys acquire some pole boats. It costs you a negligible amount of money. These people are fairly simple, so you can acquire some pole boats. How many do you want? One, or you want to go on one, or you want to take two?
Probably two in case,
I think two would be smart.
Yeah.
You can load it up with some food supplies.
Sweet. So you do so. Dimitri's, well-packed bags, got enough food supplies, but you can get a few more with a couple of copper, a couple of silver here and there. And you set out into the high bayou. And yeah, it is a landscape unlike anywhere else in the world. Though trees and other plant life poke out of the slow waters as you travel through, the land beneath is not coastline, but rolling hills all along the edges of the swamp. Streams from the Anthros Mountains snake down into the bayou, but instead of flowing freely, they are trapped by berms of massive spider webs that crisscross across the mouths of the rivers. The giant ground spiders of the high bayou have coated huge swathes of terrain with their nests, made of silk, much like beavers craft dams of wood. And water sort of trickles over the top slowly, but they're sort of massive blocked river mouths. And occasionally you'll see a large spider, or what you think is a large spider, climbing amongst the webs, sort of like their tunnels, a couple spreading over top. But it's only ever glimpses, and they always rush out of sight. You have to travel slowly to avoid the dangers of the swamp. Swarms of biting insects flock to the scent of blood, and if any of you nick yourself on a scratching tree branch or leaf, you're assaulted by just swarms of insects and other parasitic bugs. And you see in the waters of the swamp, if you're keeping an eye out, pale, long shapes, crocodiles. You recognize them as when they surface slowly, barely setting a ripple in the water. They seem to blend into the white, silk-coated hillocks that peek out around the swamp. Cypress trees shelter you from the sun, but you do have to navigate carefully to avoid drifting into these titanic webs. The water seems to flow towards the rivers at some points, trying to trap you in these webs. And they're as large as 100 feet across, stretched between these trees and these hills on either side. And the rain, always the rain. Once you sort of really get in there, it starts with a trickle and then becomes a downpour, and then for hours of you traveling slowly through the swamp, the rain it never lets up. It cuts visibility, it soaks everything, and dulls your ears to the movements of predators. Sometimes, through the call of birds and croaks of toads, you can imagine you hear a soft whisper, indecipherable beneath the drone of rain, but still ever present. This is the High Bayou.
That is a good song, by the way.
I think it fits.
What song is that? Oh yeah, that's a good song.
And that was also some tasty flavor text.
That was quite fun.
That was good.
I'm going to play this song now. So,
Quick 5-minute break now.
who is going to be the navigator that's using these maps and sort of directing the group through the swamps and through this area?
No.
Maps are like stars,
What
right?
sort of skills would be,
Nature.
sort of nature?
I
Not
think-
bad. I'm not great at it.
I'm one with
I have
nature.
an 8, but I think Skyse would be better.
I am one with nature. The
Alright.
stars, the land stars.
So, for the first 4 hours of travel, roll me a nature check. Okay. So, for the first 4 hours, you're following her notes, you're following her map, and you're ticking all the boxes. It feels like you're finding the landmarks, the specific gnarled trees that look like a man flipping the bird. It's all right. It all seems to be good for the first 4 hours. However, everyone, make me an endurance check and a perception check.
Perception in a tower?
Yes.
Oh.
You guys doing endurance in the tower too? Can you not do the endurance in the towers because it's hard to read the tower result compared to the others? Keep them separate.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Okay.
I disagree.
So the perceptions are good. You guys manage for these 4 hours to steer clear of any threats you see. You know, groups of crocodiles lurking in the water, and you manage to tell Orzov to move us out of the way, or whoever's actually pushing the boat, doing the pole pushing. And you avoid any sort of creature.
I got you, buddy.
However, endurance-wise, Orzov, Ryla, and Trabro, you each lose a healing surge from the various insect bites and fatigue of this journey. The rain, the sweltering heat. It just becomes muggy and horrendous, and there's no escape from the weather. Dimitri, this is just like the end of the world. It's all good. Yeah. you
If this is the
power
end of
on
the
through
world,
it.
I know why you hate it.
Do you want us to take it off ourselves? or are you
Yes,
gonna
just
do
remove it yourself. It's the easiest way. Alright. And I'll grab the next nature check, please, from Orzov. And the next 4 hours, which seems to bring you, at this rate you're going, it looks like this will be the last leg of the journey. Can I get perceptions in the tower and endurance out of the towers, please?
Ugh, not so good this time.
Better.
That's better.
Man, you guys are fucking, you can't be sneaked up on.
I have a plus 13, buddy.
Alright, so.
Wait, something's sneaking up on us?
Oh no, it's just, you know, if you guys
Yeah.
get surprised.
Hmm.
So, Dimitri, you know what happens. This second leg, it's too much for you. With the others trying to recover from their fatigue, you end up taking the brunt of pushing aside the big leaves, pushing aside the vines that hang down, and helping push the boat, and you take a healing surge and fatigue. And everyone else, you guys are just sort of keeping your eyes peeled, yelling at Dimitri to avoid that one. There's a large spider. When Dimitri, one of the calls comes too late, and there is a almost like a hiss, but not quite like a hiss, more like a spray. Spray of something as a spider leaps down right in front of you onto the top of the boat, sending the whole thing careening up and threatening to lift up, capsize almost. And this beast is just in front of you, and its two front legs go to grab you. And in the ensuing struggle, you manage to knock the beast clean into the water, where there's just a splash of water as the crocodiles you also didn't see were waiting in the water to catch whoever is so unfortunate enough to end up in it. And in this case, it is this large horse-sized spider, horse with knees, should be noted. But you lose a healing surge in the struggle to get it off the boat. That's 2
Isn't
healing
the circle
surges
of life for you?
in total.
My god, that's a huge spider.
It was a bug spider. So, with the excitement winding down and Orzov's directions leading you closer and closer, you draw near where it's marked the archaeological site, and you start to feel things amiss. Who is trained in nature? So not just has good nature skill, but actually has training in it.
I do.
I am too.
Okay, so you guys notice, without needing a roll, that small animals running along the riverbanks and the tree branches appear to be acting oddly. And Orzov, as a Skyseer, you experience a strange sense of dissonance, some sort of disconnect, while you get closer and closer to this place.
The place or the... Do I feel it's coming from the place or the animals?
The place. So both of you see the animals because you've got nature. You feel the place because you're a Skyseer.
Yeah. This place feels disconnected somehow. Like, not from this world.
Spooky.
So, as you guys draw close to this location, a golden strip of fabric flutters in the rainy breeze ahead. Woven around the trunk of a tree, it marks the first clear sign that you're getting to Zambria's dig site. Beyond in the... Jeff, to playing the game. Beyond in the distance, you spy another golden marker, and far past it, hidden in the drizzle, perhaps a third tied to another tree. A patch of land cleared of webs near the tree also sports a hitching post of sorts for your boat, and you can see a couple of ropes on it as well. You can tie them up and then follow the trail a few hundred feet up a slight grade. The sparse trees of the swamp thicken to a tangle of greenery studded with golden markers to show that civilization has reached this point. Then, before you, the wall of trees opens onto a vast flooded plain, and a large stone ziggurat looms at the edge of your rain-obscured vision. 3 tiers of aged stone, their ancient carvings, all but dissolved by time, rise up out of the forest to a 60-foot high peak. It's a large-ish ziggurat. But, is it farther? Is it nearer? Sudden vertigo strikes you all. The feeling overcomes your every sense, and for a moment you can't tell which is closer, the top tier of the ziggurat or your only hand. But when you look back down, the sensation passes. You avert your eyes, the feeling is gone. And you spot the remains of a campsite ahead, right beside the ruins entrance. 3 limp humanoid figures lie amid toppled tents and archaeological supplies. Just beyond the camp and the remains of the dead that lie here, a 15-foot high mouth yawns open in the stone side of the ziggurat's first tier. Vines that once hid it have been hacked away, and somewhere inside the ancient ruin, faint light glows out.
So the thing, like, so there's dead bodies outside the ziggurat.
Yes, these appear, based on the rate of decay and their placement, to be members of Zambria's crew.
They just left him there?
She didn't recover anyone. She gapped the fuck out.
I don't blame
Fair enough.
I know that they're pretty decayed at this point. Would there be any chance of, checking for signs of, how they died? So we don't really know exactly what happened, do we?
You don't. Before you do, as you guys are sort of near to this ziggurat, a thing happens. Ignore the attack versus Finnegan.
Oh, thank God, that's the crit.
Ah, damn it, it is! Ah, rats!
Wow, those are some high rolls, my goodness.
Now, each of you You have all contracted distant madness.
What?
This is the when you reach out, you aren't sure whether what you see is close enough to touch or distant as the stars in the night sky. And you start off at stage 1. So diseases in 4th edition are multi-stage things. You make saves every a set time, and if you succeed, it moves forward a stage, and if you fail, it moves back a stage. And depending on what stage of the disease you're in, depends on the effects that it has on you. So right now, all of you are vulnerable 5 psychic, and if knocked unconscious by psychic damage, you will gain a mind scar. You are mad. Beginnings of madness take grips on your mind.
This is bad.
Quick check.
No.
If it's a disease, don't dwarves get resistance to disease?
It's not a disease keyword disease. It is a madness that works as mechanically a disease. So you get, it's got the sliding scale
Fair
of
enough.
saves. Yeah. So it's a psychic thing.
A song for every occasion.
Why not?
So for each short rest, you'll make a save. And no, you can't just repeatedly make a short rest.
Damn it!
How does he know so well?
Just years of playing with you. Alright, so all of you
That's
are
creepy.
vulnerable yes, he's vulnerable to your psyche, yes.
That's not the only vulnerability I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Thing I'm sure we're not going to encounter any creatures that do psychic damage here.
No, don't be silly.
No, man. Just,
Okay.
one of those creatures that may or may not have made that dude brain dead.
Does anyone here a spirit medium?
The one we had, I think, went to rehab, didn't he?
No, he was he made spider bots.
That's right. He was a technologist. Same as Finnegan, actually. So, no one gets the spirit medium thing here, but Orzhov, as a sky seer, you feel as if you're constantly on the verge of receiving a vision. Though you have not looked at the night sky, you feel like there's something just on the edge of your sky seer sight.
I take some of those herbs.
You take some of those herbs? Alrighty. It is starting to fall into late evening as well at this point. The stars are beginning to come out, poking through the trees around and clearing through the clouds. You can see a few twinkling. But yeah. Are you going to look up, Orzhov? Are you going to look skyward?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a good puff and
Just
look
calm your
to
nerves.
the stars.
Alright. So because you've taken this calming drug, this is actually not going to be so bad for you. But as you look upwards,
Aw.
you feel as though worms are crawling inside your head, crawling through your vision, but it's not as potent as you feel it would be, thanks to your calming medication. Thanks to your Xanax, this is not so bad. You don't see a vision other than these worms. Everything just seems, horrible. And then, just for 2 seconds, the entrance of the ziggurat flashes in your vision, even though you're looking at the sky. Just flashes in your eyes. And then the worms are gone, and the sky returns to its normal self.
I told you, Orzhov, those herbs are no good.
That's just how sky seer visions go.
Yeah. And now, Dimitri, you wanted to investigate the site, yeah?
I wanted to investigate the corpses, see
Yeah.
if I could see how they died.
Okay, so 3 bodies are in this scene. This site, I should say. 2 men, 1 woman, all of which are human. They all lie dead in the camp outside the ziggurat. It looks like they died while sitting or eating, and in one of the cases, working near the campfire with a small folding table. Everything seems to just be lying near them. There's a plate that has long since been licked clean by scavengers, but has cutlery sitting next to it, and looks like it fell off the lap of one that was sitting eating. Without even needing a check, you can see that it is odd that none of the bodies of the dig team have been cocooned by spiders, eaten, or dragged off. They don't even look to have been chewed at by any small rodents. They're just lying here.
And so it's like something just sort of just struck them subtly. Like this, do they look like they were even trying to run away from anything, or they just look like they've just died where they were, eating breakfast or whatever?
It just looks like they died what they were doing. You can do a heal check to try and do an examination or an autopsy, if anyone's good enough. How in depth do you want to go?
I imagine Dimitri would probably go pretty. Yeah, he probably would possibly do an autopsy.
Okay.
I mean,
So your initial examination, that's a good enough roll, thankfully, with a +12. With the initial examination, you see no wounds or trauma. It's hard to tell because they are, quite decomposed. But as you get out a small blade and start cutting into them and checking various parts of their body, you discover strange tumor-like bulges within each of the corpses. The thing you do notice as well is that the bodies appear to have already been examined. There are a few other incisions, in much the same manner as the ones you are making, over a couple of the bodies.
I do not feel that Sandria, was it?
Zambria.
Zambria.
Zambria. Surely not her.
There's also
Perhaps these
clutched in.
strange figures.
Oops, sorry, go ahead. Didn't mean to talk over you.
I was just gonna say, perhaps these men, the children's, or
Well, remember the dude that's what sent people back out here after the expedition failed?
I did not remember that.
He sent people when they said that they discovered a door wheel thing, a Mayan calendar thing.
Yeah, he hasn't sent a follow-up party. He sent the specialists that came before the tragedy struck.
Ah,
So
gotcha.
the specialist arrived, and then everyone died, and the specialists haven't been seen since. But he was saying, thanks to the weather and thanks to the difficulties, he hasn't been able to send a follow-up crew yet. There are also strewn about the campsite and a couple of bedrolls and stuff. Rope, climbing kits, sun rods that haven't been used yet, thieves' tools. There are also several journals, logs, and other notebooks. But they look like they've been carelessly tossed onto the ground or strewn about. And a brief glance through them reveals that they contain no useful information. It looks like these journals have already been tossed. Like the stuff has already been tossed through. Anything valuable was taken.
This will be, I guess, there is no survival. Is there any marks indicating how footprintsy, or any sort of marks indicating when the other group who looked at the bodies, how long ago they were there?
The campsite, because this torrential rain, which hasn't let up since you've been here, probably also hasn't let up since the event happened, at least. Well, I mean, going back at least that far. It's just continuous rain here, from what you can tell. There is basically just mud everywhere. Any tracks have long since been washed clean. There's nothing you can sort of glean from who or how many or what's been here. And if there is anything here, it'll be impossible to tell if it was from these people or from someone who's come through since.
Yep.
So, it's the campsite, guys. You did it! Yay!
Good game, guys. Let's head on
We
out.
haven't died yet.
Go back and tell Zambria, we found it, and now we're retiring.
They're super dead.
face onto the cigarette.
Lickety split.
I think the cigarette's safe.
Really?
The
You think
mouth
so?
of it, does it look like anything, or is it just like a door?
I was outside. I had in my vision had worms on me. Inside the cigarette, no worms. Safe.
Well, you didn't go in the ziggurat. You
I
just
thought
saw.
you said I s-
No,
Oh,
you
I
saw
saw
the
it.
entrance. Sorry, no.
Oh.
If you went in the ziggurat, shit has changed. So let me know if you step inside. No, you just
I
saw
don't
the
step
entrance
inside.
to the ziggurat, and then
Right.
and then the vision went. That was if my.
I thought the vision
I
was
still
inside
think
the
that
entryway.
vision. I still think that vision had more to do with the herbs, to tell the truth.
Possibly. However, Trabro, you want to have a look at the entrance of the ziggurat, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you step a bit closer. It's probably been about half an hour since you guys arrive at the camp and start looking at things. And as you step closer,
Roll initiative.
Dimitri and Trabro, you each shift a layer
Uh-oh.
on that disease.
Like now, he gets 2 automatic misses.
So you're still vulnerable 5, but now you also grant combat advantage and suffer a minus penalty to attack roll.
I accidentally closed the map. Can you reshare it?
Yep.
Wait, there was a map.
Oh, there was a picture.
Oh,
Oh shit, what was it called?
Unidentified map image.
Travel to the Ruins is what it's called. There you go. So as you're stepping close, all of you feel this keening, just the sense of vertigo again. Except this time it's worse. This time it's stronger. And Trabro and Dimitri, both of you feel your hold on your mind is slipping once.
Oh no.
Well, I feel pretty good, guys. How's
I
it
mean,
going?
this is just normal for me when I get in a fight. So
you guys feeling alright there,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Dimitri and Tribal?
I'm not sure. This is sounding somewhat like what Exambria was, how she described her condition.
I thought you liked it when the end was near.
I like being able to face the end with my wits intact.
Fair call. Trabro, as you get close to the entrance of the ziggurat, you see a pattern of 7 concentric rings surrounding a central white stone is prominent above the entrance to the ziggurat. A dot lies on the 6th ring from the interior, and that's sort of just above the entrance. Do you want to step inside, or just wanting to see the door right now?
yeah, I was just wondering if the door was just like a plain square, like it was in the picture, or if it was like some big ominous demon head or something.
No, just basically a door, but with the that little image above it, that 7 concentric rings with a central white stone. Okay. You guys can have a short rest, however, and roll a save on your madnesses. Oh shit, it's actually extended rest, but I'm going to let you guys have this one anyway.
No. No!
Or would you like me to do it at the next extended rest?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Extended rest, please. Thank you.
Yeah. I think 3 to 1 there.
I'll keep that roll for my extended rest.
Yeah, perfect. You guys can all keep yours as well.
So
Wait, are we
I
doing
can't.
the haircut? We can't.
I don't know. Sorry.
What?
Go ahead.
What do you want to say?
What can't you?
I can't. I couldn't remember if was it originally sealed up, the ziggurat? Did we know that? Could have sworn they said something about that.
I don't think it was the entryway. I thought they found it in it like a I'm gonna say tomb for lack of a better word.
It
'Cause
was
wasn't-
the entry that they found. They didn't go further inside. Well, it was
Oh.
in the entry. I mean, you don't really know just yet, but just to be clear, so you as players know, within the first room, like the very entrance room, they found it and did not go further.
Wait, is this the Tomb of Horrors?
No, this is what they thought was the yes. Finally, I'm gonna shoehorn you into playing this fucking tomb. No.
So, all
Yeah.
right. So they did find a thing then.
They found what they thought was the golden seal of a pet, which is what Kai sent them to try and find, and then did not proceed any further.
Did they recover it?
Don't know. They were waiting for the specialists to come, and then tragedy befell them.
Well, I was just thinking that those kids were talking about are carrying something large in a sack, and from what we can see, the seal is supposed to be pretty big, right? We can't see it here.
Oh, it's sort of shaped like an
Oh, do you want
animal,
to see what the
though.
seal looks like?
We're not inside the ziggurat, are we?
No.
Oh yeah, no.
It's in the ziggurat. The first room, at least, we won't be able to see it's gone. Or there.
Oh, okay, yeah. I misunderstood then.
But talking of going inside, would you guys like to? Would you like to stay outside?
I'm keen.
Well, we're here.
Might as well get out of the rain.
Unless we need an extended rest for a night's rest after all that traveling, I'm keen to go in.
Just gonna let you know, roughly every half an hour, you're gonna be hit by that feeling again. So that's gonna be 12 times if you take an extended rest.
Oh shit. Let's go inside, guys.
I'm feeling tired. Yeah, let's go inside.
Okay, so you guys head
Sleep
inside.
out of the room.
So, as you guys step into the first chamber of the ziggurat, the skill of the ancients that built this is still obvious after these ages. The ziggurat rises 60 feet above the ground, but you descend what feels like 50 feet down through rough stone stairs to a room 40 foot across. Its 20-foot ceiling is adorned with decorative carvings. Stone amulets on golden chains hang from carved mouths of jaguars and dragon statues all along the ceiling. You see two more bodies laying sprawled on the floor of this ancient room. A man, a human, and a halfling woman. A toppled wooden tripod leans against one wall near the base of the stairs, and a cracked amber lantern on top of it emits dim but endless magical light. The light gleams off metal alcoves in the walls, off metal in alcoves along the walls, and a second glance reveals three tusked humanoid faces, their eyes closed, blindly watching all who enter. When you glance back, you realize the staircase you came down was only 10 foot long, though it felt like hundreds.
Spooky.
Yeah. Orzov, could I have a nature check, please? And Dimitri, I have a religion check. Also, Chabro, that's the new whisper look. I don't know if you like it, but that's what it looks
It
like.
works.
It's a bit more obvious, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dimitri, you walk under the pattern that's above the door when you guys enter. You barely notice it. But Orzov, you notice that it matches the star system. The sixth ring would be the one that corresponds with Apet from what you guys have discovered. And the dot that lies on the sixth ring, might indicate something to do with that. Based on a quick check of these bodies, it reveals they were more of Zambria's party. It looks like they managed to get this far before whatever happened to them befell them. They appear to be as if they were running. These ones show actual physical wounds of claws and necrotic burns on their flesh.
Can I look at the tusks or claws of these statues?
Absolutely. As you look closely at them, you see that they look like orc mummies. They may have been preserved in some horrible ritual thousands of years ago, and then placed in these alcoves to watch the entrance in some sort of religious rite. Ropes lashed their bodies to the stone, and golden bracelets marked them as great warriors for their time. Close examination reveals that the hands of one mummy appeared to have been holding a sword at one time, which is now missing. Another appeared to hold some sort of staff or pole across its chest, and the third has light grooves in its neck, indicating it had a necklace. All three of them seem to have been jostled slightly to remove the relics, which appear to be the three ancient relics you guys found in Flint.
The university has all three of them now, doesn't it?
Correct. There is a note actually just pinned into the wall with a small, little nail type thing, which in Zambria's handwriting, Zambria's handwriting,
Ambria.
which says, "The mummies are worth more than all of your tuition. Don't touch them, or I'll have to kill you." And then a small smiley face.
She seems cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Hang
the-
on. They're wearing these magic bracelets, and that necklace and shit was magical.
That's true.
I'm just wondering if anything at these bracelets are gonna summon cursed things.
Roll me an Arcana check, if you like. These bracelets don't appear to have any indication that they're magical anyway. The artifacts you found had various runes. They were wood and they were only turned gold when they were used. They were much more obviously special than these bracelets. These just appear to be decorative in nature. But as you're sort of looking over them, you see close up now as well, carvings on the wall between them and going up around them depict a humanoid figure struck by a beam of fire and then burning. This beam appears to have come from some object that was set into the wall. However, only an empty rectangular nook, about a foot all around, remains where this beam comes from. Looks like something was sort of pulled out of the wall from here. There is 2 hallways leading away from this room. One to the west and one to the east.
There's nothing in Zambria's notes about what would have been located there.
Nothing. She never came further, like this far, basically. And yes, I'll reshare them now.
Thank you.
Does the pattern of the stars and where that point points? I want to say Abbott, but no, it's not Abbott. Abdat?
Epit?
Abbott. Would give suggestions of which hallway might be the best to take, direction-wise.
No. This appears to be just sort of dedicated to whatever shrine these 3 mummies and the patterns on the wall. It's sort of self-contained and doesn't seem to show anything about which way to go or which way anything is.
Can I act like I think I tell me which way?
You can pretend like it.
Let's go right.
Right is
I'll
right.
take that magical lamp with us. We might need
Sounds
light.
Oh, is there a genie in it?
In bottle, baby. Okay, so you guys want to head right, yeah?
Yes.
Seems like it.
Okay. So, heading to the right. Who's leading the way? Actually, I'll put you guys on the map. You guys can fucking move yourselves and shit.
Orzov's definitely leading the way, right?
Isn't there a party sheet thing for it?
Well, if I've got a lamp, I'll be near the front, I guess.
I'm going to lock tokens as well, because I'm going to have to stop you guys at certain places to read out things.
Why don't we use the party sheet in terms of the order thing?
Please no.
And then we just have to move one
Then I have
person.
to have another window open. Well, one person can lead. Charbro, as you get there, something
Thanks,
shifts in the wall beside you, and a spear thrusts outward, aimed towards your chest. He's going to roll an attack roll. Oh, my dice! I haven't packed anything up.
My goodness.
Sorry, it won't be a second.
He won't be a second. Oh my god, he's gonna be longer.
He's got to get a lot of dice, obviously.
I mean,
You
look at the
have
kids,
no
so the table's probably gonna
idea.
be cleaned up.
No, really, you have no idea. I didn't get that many dice. Okay. 33 versus AC.
Oh, that's a miss.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I just realized we should probably be checking for traps.
No.
Yeah,
You.
good idea.
Ryla says, shouldn't we be ka-chunk? And a spear just comes out and poof, embeds itself into your torso, Trabro. You take 12 damage
I was
and are
hoping my
restrained.
passive would. I was hoping my passive would let me know
What is your passive?
a lot.
What's your passive?
I've got plus 13. Where do we find our passive perception
So it's
on
10,
this sheet?
10 plus your modifier.
So 23.
It is one short of passively getting this.
Oh.
God damn it!
Yeah. So yeah, you chunk, the spear comes out and just embeds itself in you. It's still in the wall and it's still in you and you're restrained. And you've taken 12 damage.
I guess Dimitri would rush over.
Wait! I yell at Dimitri.
And as you get there, from the other side of the wall, ka-chunk, another spear comes rushing out. This one's not so good. 17 versus AC.
I think that'll do it.
Then-
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
AC 18.
So you take 6 damage and are not restrained. The spear just glances past, shunk, gashes at you, but yeah, you manage to steer clear as it shoots across the room, out of its socket in the wall, and clatters to the other side with just a small drop of your blood on it. And you get up to Trevor.
All right. So is the entire spear metal or is it like wood?
It is a wooden spear with like a stone tip.
How easy is it going to be to work them free?
You can either try and break him free by making a athletics or acrobatics check for him with escape DC of 15, or you can just use your action to let him make a escape check. So it's up to you guys.
I think I'll let him roll the check.
Okay. So Chabra, he comes over to help pull you free. Roll me a acrobatics or athletics. Dave, would you like to roll?
Sure.
I believe in you. I shouldn't
You
have.
shouldn't.
My-
Just
my
cut the
bad.
spear off and I'll walk around with a spear sticking out of me, it's fine.
Well, I mean, to be fair, nothing's going to happen here. Like nothing further is going to happen. You've broken this trap, so you can pull the spear out. It's really only important like if you were fighting here, and you would be stuck on the wall while fighting something else.
I'm just gonna look to Ryla.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
You were saying something about traps?
Yeah. See that trap there?
Yep.
Yeah, that's trap.
In order to not
you
have
for your-
literally you guys saying I check for traps every 5 squares, when there is a trap, I'm going to call for a perception roll. and because they are areas, if you don't meet them, you're just going to get hit by them. It's going to be the easiest way to do it, and the fairest and least sluggish way, I guess. Rather than you go, I check for traps, I check for traps, I check for traps.
I move one square and roll perception.
Yeah, exactly.
Move one square and roll perception.
I mean, if you want to do that, that's great, but that would be terrible.
Dimitri, stock everyone with the customary 10-foot pole, and we need to give rations.
Yeah, it's a walking
Nice.
stick. You can prod that around. I mean, you guys' passive perceptions are going, which is your passive. But when there is a specific thing that needs perception, I will call for it. Okay. Just
Can
to
I
keep-
roll a thievery check instead?
I'll let you roll thievery checks to disarm traps, because as the
Okay.
traps will be basically you can't continue without setting it off, disarming it, or finding a way past it. That's just going to be part of the skill challenge, basically. Whether you
Okay.
can disarm things safely. Okay, so you guys check the rest of this hallway, and there's nothing in there. And you get into this room, and you roll me a perception check, all four of you.
Yeah, you sure that you're not just putting the Tomb of Horrors in?
100%. None of these are instant death traps, I promise you.
The slow, painful death traps instead.
Exactly. So as you guys actually get to the entrance of this room, before you set foot in, all of you rolled ridiculously, and all of you notice in the center of the room, this square where the 3 is, this room 3, you see, first off, a familiar pattern of 7 concentric rings surrounding a central white stone. This one marks 2 spots, one just before and one just after each pillar, marked with red dots on the map, which doesn't appear to be showing there.
I see some red dots.
Oh
But
yeah,
on the corners of the
they're
wall.
very faint, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
A dot lies on the innermost ring, which looks like GC, the ring of fire, or the plane of fire rather, which is closest to the sun. And you see a 10-foot pole leans against the wall beside the symbol, a convenient 10 foot from the pillar. All, except for the last foot of the staff, is blackened by fire, and on the ground beneath the symbol sit several torches, oil, flint, and steel.
So this is less a trap and more a puzzle.
Yeah.
I failed puzzle school, I'm sorry.
Can you describe that again, or
Yes, so
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another rundown either.
there is a red dot. The red dot. Sorry. There is the 7 concentric circles, which indicate the different planes of existence, basically. Except instead of a white dot indicating any plane in particular, there is a red dot indicating the plane of fire, the one that's closest to the sun. Leaning up against this image is a 10-foot pole that looks scorched except for the last foot. And at the base of this image, so on the ground, are some torches, flint, steel, and oil. They're not lit or anything. And in the center of the room, Trabro and Orzov can see maybe an inch wide groove that circles around the pillar itself. Goes right around the entire circumference at about chest height.
oh boy?
Maybe we have to crawl.
Happens if I pick up the pole, by the unburned end and just wave it in front of me, just tapping the ground.
Just like in towards this area.
Yep.
As you wave it past this section, there is a soft, and then the entire room just becomes engulfed with flames as a burning liquid shoots out of the groove and fills the entire area with fire for a few seconds.
Which parts on section and what parts on fire?
It came from where it says 3 in there, or whatever that is.
This whole area is engulfed in flames, and the 3, indicating the room number, is the pillar with the groove in it. And despite it only being at chest height, the entire room is filled with flames.
Where did Dimitri tap the pole to set that off? Like what?
Past
square?
this point.
Okay, sweet.
The groove goes all the way around, right?
Yes.
All right, so
And the fire
yeah, so
pauses for a moment. 5 or 6 seconds go past, and without you needing to wave the stick again, it goes up in flames. And it does this every 5 to 10 seconds. It does a few seconds of fire.
Is it the very regular timing? Could we
Yes-ish.
run through between the bursts?
It might be dangerous, but you could try. The timing is kind of regular, but the amount that the fire takes to burn out each time varies. So, sometimes there's only 2 or 3 seconds between it. Sometimes there's as much as 5, but really it just depends how much of the stuff comes out at any given time. Metagamingly, if you run through it, you're going to get an attack against you as an immediate reaction.
Okay. Just realised, in my abilities things, we're way back during like the Axis Island.
Yeah.
Do I still have that passport ritual that we never used?
That was given as part of your stuff. I think, like your mission equipment, and knowing you would have given it back afterwards to hand back in the belongings, because it was still all RHC equipment. So anything you didn't use would be considered to have been given back.
Yeah.
Can I light one of the torches and then just put like the flame past the wall there?
Like past where he waved the stick?
Yeah.
You can, you light one of the torches with the oil, flint, and steel, and you stick it past, and as the movement goes through, there's and the flames burst forth again.
Okay.
I'll go. What about multiple ones? Is there another torch I can light on fire?
Yeah, there's a torch for each of you if you like.
I'll try that.
This is a puzzle, just so you guys are aware, and the answer is there.
Yeah, but not in our brains.
I know. I'm just making sure you know that it's not something you have to time, or just take. You don't have to.
Is there a way to plug the spout where the oil comes out?
It's like 40 foot of groove, and it just spills forth from it continuously. You would need 40 foot of something like putty to stick in it that wouldn't be immediately burnt by the fire. So probably not a realistic option.
Fair enough. Okay. Right. Can I have another closer look at the rings with the, symbolizing the plane of fire? Is there anything
Absolutely.
you can do with that?
Roll me a puzzle check. Roll me insight if you like. If you guys are stuck in trying to figure out this puzzle.
Are any of those rings out of place from where they should be?
Not out of place, but the one thing that stands out from the 7 of them is the Ring of Fire, or the GSE, which is the plane of fire. That ring is marked with a red dot.
So can the rings be moved?
No, they're like drawn into it or carved into it.
Okay.
So that insight check's going to be enough if you want me to give you the puzzle, or do you think you can figure it out?
Do we need a ring of fire?
I'm not going to make you guys stay here if you don't want to. So I'm happy to take the insight check. But if you think you want to make another guess at a couple of things before I tell you,
thank you, Dave.
That's good. I kind of want to try and figure it out, but if you guys want to just kind of go past, that's fine.
I'm happy to listen to you try figuring it out.
Throw out a couple of things, Thuck. What do you got?
I don't have anything yet. I'm just still thinking.
Okay.
Seems like, From what you're saying, it sounds like it's basically staring us right in the face.
Abso-friggin-lutely.
I put the fire to the fire plane.
You put the torch to the picture,
Yeah.
and there's a poof, and the fire stops shooting out of the pillar in the center.
Son of a bitch. Good call.
Take it away. Does it start back up again?
No, it is suppressed. And it seems suppressed, and you wave the stick around, and it stays suppressed. You don't know how long for, but at least for now.
Well,
You can actually, I'll get an Arcana or a Thievery check from someone if you want to try and figure out exactly how long. Now you have access to the center.
never mind.
I look towards our residential.
Thief.
Look, you can do fever. He said thievery.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Sorry, I missed it.
Thievery or Arcana. Yeah, that'll be enough. You know that it's going to be suppressed for roughly 5 minutes based on the internal mechanism, and you can modify it ever so slightly, not to deactivate it, but you do manage to modify it so when it's first set off, it'll only begin the timer rather than have that initial reactive fire blast. So if you're running through here, and if you do time it, you might be able to get through without getting attacked now. There will be no immediate reaction blast from the fire.
Cool. All right.
Okay. So
Gonna rig it like that.
there's yeah, I mean
Yes.
he does that. That check does that. Okay. So which way would you like to continue? There's two paths. One 5-foot wide tunnel and one 10-foot wide.
There's a scary yellow dot to the left there.
Probably the lightning plane. You're right to get a little bit shocked.
Actually, that's not that bad.
Exactly. Getting shocked. Nothing wrong with that as long as your heart doesn't stop. We'll
Yeah.
be fine.
There's a let me see if there's a description of what that is. Yeah, so looking to the left, you can actually see on the floor is the same familiar pattern of 7 concentric rings surrounding a central white stone. A dot lies on the 5th ring from the interior, which corresponds with the plane of Urim, the plane of Earth, which is the 5th from the sun. And it is marked yellow.
We just sprinkle some dirt on it.
You can sprinkle some dirt on it. However, nothing happens. Roll me a perception check, though.
Oh, actually, I'm going to have to shoot off for a bit, sorry. Just carry on without me.
All right. So Dimitri and Orzov, you both notice as you're looking for dirt to sprinkle over it,
See you, man.
tiny shards of rock lay scattered all over the floor, as if a small boulder was crushed to pieces in this area.
Around where we would be standing, or more past the yellow dot line thing.
Both.
Did anyone grab that pole?
I could run back and get it.
No, I think we might have to run back soon. I guess I'll look up to see if a boulder can drop down from somewhere. Would probably be the practical thing to do after seeing that.
Roll me another perception. Excuse me, another perception check.
My goodness.
You can see this area appears to have, where that white line is, a groove that separates the two bits of floor. And looking in the roof, you see another groove that matches the same place. But you see no place where a boulder can drop from.
There's grooves here, guys.
Groovy.
Groovy.
Can I toss a gold coin?
Sure.
Oh, also, that's weird. I should not have that much gold. Is this different from the regular server?
No, you should have that much gold.
Yeah.
You
Was
guys
that-
got a bunch
what
of
was-
money.
Oh, I know, but I spent literally like all of it.
No, we
Uh,
got some gold in between that and during that adventure thing.
I mean,
Which one?
Orzhov has 12k, so you'll be fine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
'Cause we got some money because we had some money before we started on that
And then you got some more money.
investigation part and some more money
Oh.
there, which we couldn't buy stuff. We had to use that for
Yeah,
requisition
So
stuff.
it was two separate amounts. There was one that you get in your downtime and one that you get at the start of the adventure. So you can only spend the
Right.
downtime money in the downtime, and then you have new money for like requisitioning
Okay.
or spending. So what do you want to put on it?
Oh, I was just gonna toss a gold coin through the area where there's the white line.
All right, and it clinks to the floor. Nothing happens.
I guess
Uh,
maybe that did work, and it's safe to continue on. Do you want me to go up ahead and check it out?
Maybe not your entire body.
I'll let my foot go check it out.
You put your foot forwards. Nothing happens.
Put one foot in, and then I shake it all about,
Nothing happens.
and then instead of putting in my other foot, I try to like push down on that foot to put on more weight past the groove. Like,
Like trying to lean on it.
yeah,
How much of your weight you put on it?
let's say a good 3/4.
All right. As you put 3/4 of weight on it, nothing happens.
See, it's fine. Well, you have a go. Well, I guess step on it. Still a little bit worried because boulder, but I'll go step on it.
Okay. And you take a step forwards. And it seems still. Nothing happens. The groove doesn't move. Nothing happens.
I'm going to go up ahead now. I'm like, yeah, okay, sweet.
Okay.
Still
you move up.
partly listening from boulders.
You guys just watch, or are you going to come with?
I'm like,
He made it look safe, so sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Trabro steps forwards, Ryla steps forwards, Dimitri, yeah, so he steps forward. And as soon as Dimitri steps
too
up,
much weight now.
there is a and the ground seems to drop about an inch, and you start to hear clunk, 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 and then whoof, as the whole ground shoots up, the floor, the roof shoots down and goes to crush all four of you together inside.
I fucking run.
This is going to be almost unavoidable. Versus reflex. Oh shit, no, this is versus fortitude. Rip, you guys.
Well, that's better than my
21
reflex.
versus Dimitri, 25 versus Orzhov, 24 versus Trabro, and 17 versus Ryla.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me, dude.
What was
Can I
it? Is
have
it
Ryla's
17?
one?
It's
please.
16.
Can I have Ryla's one? Want to trade?
I'm a hero point.
Alright, you gonna make it a miss?
Yes.
Anyone else gonna do?
I'm gonna take it like a man. I'm gonna try to like do that, get my shield and use it as like a try to push the things apart.
It doesn't help.
I know,
You
but it
take-
just looks cool.
You take 13 points of damage, all of you, except for Ryla, who takes half. So 6 points of damage for Ryla, and everyone is knocked prone except for Ryla, but everyone is slowed as the floor begins to drop. Tunk, 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 tunk. Without needing to roll, it's probably going to do it again. If that first trap is anything to go by, this is going to hurt. Roll
I'll just-
initiative.
What did you do, Rylar?
Technically, it was Dimitri.
Was it? Oh,
It was not Dimitri. It was with all four of you stepping on it, and Dimitri was the last one on
Dimitri
it.
was the last one. Guys, it was safe with just me. What the fuck did you guys do?
Get out of here.
Okay, and the trap's going to roll initiative. Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
So, unfortunately, it's first in the initiative. And before you guys have a chance to recover,
That seems.
it has an immediate reaction and then rolls initiative. That's how the traps
Yeah,
work. I'm
that's
sorry.
how it works. Traps
That's,
can
that's,
work.
that's ball sacks, man. That's ball sacks.
So he's just going to target all. And he makes a roll.
Ah,
Hit,
that's
hit, hit, miss. Oh, why is it doing... Shouldn't be doing that. Got the same result in all of them. Should only have one damage roll, but it's done multiple. But yeah, you guys all get smashed by it again, except for Ryla, who takes half. Oh, is it half? No, it's Orzov this time. Orzov
I
takes
take
Yeah,
half.
throws up.
Did you
Doesn't
guys
do
put your
extra
damage
half.
on yourself just then? You did, eh?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, I did not do that now. Oh, you
Okay.
did.
Oh, no, I just did that. This is the second
Oh,
attack, so if you
Ryla
do
did
the
it
first...
for the first one.
Ah, sweet. Alright,
Yeah, yeah.
so, it is now Orzov's turn, and you are prone and slow,
Only
which I'll put on you.
Dimitri, because he wasn't here for the first one.
What do you mean?
Dimitri wasn't present for the first damage roll.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
he's
I'll
only
fix
got
this.
the 11 from this one.
Yeah.
I just wanna this like how much of the floor's moving up?
The whole of the floor. Actually, you can see a
Can
little
you
further.
highlight it?
You can see everywhere within the white lines is smashing
Oh,
up
nice.
and down. And you
I
are
can't
slowed
scroll
and
up.
prone.
Are those save ends?
No. Prone, you can stand up as a move action. Slowed is until the end of the trap's next turn. So actually, you don't have that right now because you didn't get... Oh no, everyone gets slowed. Yep, no. No, everyone's fucked. You're all slow.
I guess I'll stand up
Okay.
and wait, what's my speed?
2. Your
6.
speed is 2.
Oh, does slow
Slowed
make it
is
2?
speed 2. Yep.
Oh, I thought you said half for some reason.
That was 5e.
And does that stop you from using run?
I'm
You get
about
the
to
extra
check.
2?
I'm literally doing that now because I'm not sure, and I knew it was going to get asked.
Of course, of course. And I can't be stuff finding where I save that continuum to check myself.
Creature
yeah.
cannot benefit from bonuses to speed, although it can use powers and takes actions, such as the run action, that allow it to move farther than its speed. So yes, you can move 2 squares extra. You can move 4 with the run action.
Okay, now so powers that also help will help as well. Or
Yes.
that
So a power that allows you to move that, not a power that increases your speed. If that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. A move action power.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna run. Oh shit, I forgot my push to talk button is not friendly. I'm just gonna shout left or right, guys.
Right.
I meant
Wait, no,
right.
left.
I'm.
Go left.
What did I do? Oh, you have the thingy, Bobby.
Decisions.
There we go. I forgot that you locked movement, so I wasn't
Yeah.
used to having to do the line again.
Sorry.
That's my fault. I'm just gonna pan.
Okay, so that was your standard action A running.
Yeah, yep.
Sweet, I'll remove prone. Okay, Ryla.
Well, I guess I gotta stand up.
Do you stand up?
Can I downgrade my action to a run?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna run.
That's what JD just did. Yep, so you'll have 4 squares.
Diagonal movement feels real good.
Dum, dum, dum. You get out.
Oh yeah, it's my turn.
Dimitri. So you're
Jeez.
prone, slowed, and the wall, the roof and ground is crushing you.
Okay, so what can I do exactly? So getting up is half the movement, is it? Or
Getting
no,
up
it's
is
the
your
full-
move action. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's my move action. So I don't want to. Can I? But then I can use my. I can also downgrade my main to another move, can't I?
Correct.
And I can also. Can I also use that to run, or
Yep,
is that a?
absolutely.
Yep. Yep. So
So you get
I
4
guess
squares.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. And that'll be your turn. Unless you want to throw out a healing on someone with a minor action.
So I can also do that this turn as well.
Yeah, you got a minor action left.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll healing word Trapper.
Okay. He's looking fairly messed up. Alright. Charbro, you feel much, much better, Charbro, as it swings around to your turn and you can feel the wall getting ready to crush once again.
Unfortunately, even if I can run, I can only move 4 squares, and there's no space unoccupied 4 squares away.
Only if you want to go the same way as them.
This is true.
What I will do is, because Orzov only used 3 squares, I'll let him be moved out of the way to let you through.
Okay, cool. I was going to be like, oh! In that case, I'll stand and
Should
run.
have tied yourself to Dimitri.
Sweet. So you move just as the wall boom crushes once again, and it starts to start moving back. And for the next few minutes, it continues to crush whatever is in that hallway. So as you're in this hall, however, you see wall carvings of this long hallway. On this long hallway, feature rows of orc, goblin, and minotaur soldiers wielding spears and obsidian blades against an army of horned humans with swords of gold. And you see a human body lies face down in the hall. It looks from here several weeks rotted, and it's about there.
Hey guys, we have a slight
Yeah.
issue.
What's the issue?
What's that?
We didn't really stop that from, crushing anything. So if we have to run out of here, it's gonna be kind of a problem.
You can try and thievery or arcana it if you want to try and work out the mechanisms as it's crushing to see if you can try and delay it.
That'll be a problem for whatever's chasing us too.
You guys assuming you're going to be chased. Fuck yeah, dude. 30, that's enough. You can modify it so when triggered, it does not make an immediate reaction, but still activates on its turn. So it'll basically roll initiative and then go rather than reactivate.
Cool.
Yeah.
We just gotta hope it rolls low.
Yeah. And can I get a perception? Sorry, while you guys are in this hallway from everyone. Man, you guys roll bloody good. 17, 18, 19, 3. Everyone rolled above a 17 except for Dimitri, who rolled a 3.
Nice.
So you guys see the same familiar pattern. This is a recurring theme. However, this one, a dot lies on the second ring from the interior. And this is Avalona, the plane of air, which is second from the sun. And you all motherfuckers rolled really well. So you notice tiny, tiny pinholes among the wall carvings. And that the floor looks like it could give at any moment.
I'll be fine, bro. Wait, this floor that we're on at the moment?
The hallway ahead looks like it
Oh,
could give
ahead,
at any moment.
ahead.
How? Let's see.
Is there anything we can use to securely tie a rope to?
Not in the hallway, no. This is pretty much an empty hall except for the carvings and the dodgy looking floor.
I'm wondering, this may not be a smart idea, but Maybe we
Let's
tie a
do it.
rope to somebody and then have one person sort of run ahead and then everybody else holds the rope.
Hey guys, let me take care of this. Give me the rope.
You got it.
Are you taking
I
care
have-
of both parts?
I have a fun thing I can do. Yes.
All right. What are you gonna do? You guys gonna give him the rope?
Yep.
I'm going to use a Ghost of the Rooftops. I
Okay.
can make a lung jump, moving a number of squares. That's my. Oh wait, shit! I thought it was double my speed. Nope, never mind. I'm not doing anything.
I'm like, too bad, bro. You got the rope.
Okay, about where does it look like it's about to give way?
Like all along the floor, there's various bits that look like they'll give away.
No, so it's not like the whole floor is going to open up. It's just like bits of it.
Looks more like the floor is a trigger.
Hmm.
Is there a particular height where these pinholes on
No,
the wall aren't?
They are like all through the various weapons of the carvings, all at various heights, and you can't really tell, but they are also at various angles.
Oh,
But while
Boy.
you guys are thinking about it, let's take a 15-minute break because Alicia's got back with the kids. So we'll sort out some lunch, come back at 1:45.
Okay.
Okay, 15-minute break.